Hello peeps, and welcome back to, well, you can probably guess, Terrafirmacraft. It has been a long time since I played Terrafirmacraft, and I decided, well, maybe it's time to come back and give it another shot. There's been a lot of stuff changed, and, well, yeah, a lot of stuff remained the same, but a couple changes you might notice already. Anyway, so yeah. I apologize, I haven't been recording and uploading a whole lot lately. I just haven't been feeling it. And this is one of those things where, where if you're not feeling it, then if you're not having fun doing something, then you're not going to be able to be entertaining while you're doing it. So I need to take a little bit of a break. I've taken a break, and now I think I'm ready for some Terrafirmacraft and a couple more things. One thing that I will mention, by the way, you don't have to stack these things in your crafting grid anymore, just right click it. One thing that I will mention is that I was intending to do this as a Terrafirmacraft with Friends series. I've decided against that because there have been a few new mechanics that have been added to the game that just will not work well with friends. Most specifically because that requires you to be on a server. Well, there are now mechanics in play that allows food to decay over time. It seems like a very bad idea to me to have this going on a multiplayer server where I'm only going to be recording once a day for 30-40 minutes tops, because then we'd have to shut the server down in order to keep all of our food from rotting from day to day. So, I decided to do this in a single-player world where I have a lot more control over the speed. Anyway, so, one of the changes that you might have noticed already is that, well, you can find sticks on the ground now. That is for people who start in areas that don't have trees. Yeah, so you can at least make your basic tools. Another thing that you might have noticed is that I'm picking up a whole bunch of garlic, and it's not stacking anymore. It has a health bar. Well, that's because these now have decay and weight. If you stack multiple together, you can stack these things up to a total of 160 ounces, 10 pounds, per stack, and they will decay slowly over time. The way the decay mechanic works is, if you have food, it will decay a little bit every day. The amount of decay is based off of what type of food it is, how it's being stored, if it's being stored at all, that is, and how decayed it already is. Something that's half rotten is going to rot a lot faster than something you've been maintaining. How do you maintain your food? Well, you cut the rotten parts off with a knife. So it's actually important to have knives now. I'm going to go ahead and stack this up, get myself a big clove of garlic. There we go. Almost 10 pounds of garlic. And it's already a little afternoon. Not exactly good, because another change that they made is that you have to have a saw in order to craft planks, which means that you have to have a saw before you can make a bed, which means you have to deal with nighttime. It kind of sucks. Okay, what kind of metal do we have over here? Here's another one. Tetrahedrite. You can tell what kind of metal, or you can tell which of these rocks are metal. Now, another thing that I've done is I have added a new map mod. This map mod is MapWriter. For the keys, you can, let's see here, space is next marker group, C is cycle, and yada yada, yeah, whatever, you get it. Options, honestly I haven't played too much with MapWriter. Let's see, insert allows you to place markers, so I'm going to put one here. Tetrahedrites. Marker group is going to be surface. Now, you might notice that there is no easy to follow waypoint here. MapWriter, instead of giving you waypoints that you can go back to, kind of keeps a record of the entire map that you've explored and allows you to place waypoints on here, but it doesn't give you directions on how to get back to them. That's on you. So it's a bit more realistic. And that was a lag spike. And another lag spike. I'm apparently generating chunks or something. So things might get a little bit... Oh, corn. Hello, maize. That's another thing you might have noticed. Garlic is a vegetable, whereas maize is a grain. What does all that mean? Well, let me turn that off. If you come over here, you have food groups now that you have to maintain. A level 1 player who has a full grain bar in all 5 food groups will have 1,000 hit points. Now, it sounds like a lot, but monster damage was increased in order to scale it. So, it's actually not that much. It sounds like a lot, but you can still die really fast if you aren't being careful. Oh, I found native gold. Lots of that. Not that it does me any good. There we go. I'll mark that. Pigoose! Hello! I'll have to remember where they're at if I don't build right around here. That'll be good to have a recurring source of meat. I'm not going to kill any right now because killing a pig is going to provide an unholy crapload of meat and I will not be able to store it properly. Berry bushes to get your fruits. You can pick these up and carry them around with you. Looks like a ravine here. Oh, and an enderman down there. Nothing else of interest, it looks like. Another mechanic that's been added is fresh versus salt water. You cannot drink salt water, you can only drink fresh water. How can you tell the difference? Well, cattails grow in fresh water. Being in cattails, or being in water that has cattails growing in it, will allow you to slowly regenerate your water bar, whereas salt water, which has the seaweed, will not. I don't know how, but yes, salt water and fresh water can occur in the same body of water right now. Don't ask questions, it's not intended to be that realistic. Yeah, let's go ahead and get some more thatch, because I'm going to need to be able to build myself a wall or something when it starts to get night out. And that is coming faster than I would really like. Nighttime is bloody scary again. Okay, what are you? You are apparently more maize. Need to gather a few sticks so I can make some torches. Wintergreen bushes. These are great to have because wintergreens are the only berries that will grow year-round. Ow, ow. So having some wintergreen bushes and some other berry bushes will give me a renewable source of food. And I thought I saw some native copper over here. Yes, I did. Only one piece. It's still worth marking. There's another pig down there. So yeah, things start to get a little bit more difficult now as you go on, because you have to worry about food rotting, and food will only grow during certain times of the year. And food is only harvestable at certain times of the year, so you have to make sure that you actually build up a larder for winter, or you could quite potentially starve to death during the winter. Now, right now, starving to death completely resets all of your hunger meters. Oh, hello. That's a pheasant. Basically acts just like a chicken. One thing I probably should point out is that if you come up to one of these birds with a bare hand, and you right-click on it... Oh, guess not. Not this one, anyway. Or maybe you have to sneak. Come here. Come here. Come back here. Come back here, or you are going to be my dinner. There you go. You can actually pick feathers off of birds now. Now, do it too much and you'll kill them, so you got to be kind of careful if you're plucking your own personal stock. But grab us some wild strawberries. Not too many of them. And it is starting to get close to night, so let's go ahead and make ourselves a few pieces of thatch that I can use to kind of wall myself in. See the reeds or the seaweed down there? That's salt water. Can't do anything in salt water. Alright, let's go ahead and break a few more of those, and let's go ahead and make myself real fast, because it's getting to be night real fast. I'm going to make an axe head, because I need to get some wood so I can get a campfire going. Probably would not hurt to have an axe to fight off the hordes. I knew I waited too long. Too much talking, not enough preparing. Oh, hello, cat. Here, go away, kitty. Go away, kitty. I don't know if I'm going to be able to chop this down before the zombie gets to me or not. Yep, apparently I can. Okay, so I have a little bit of wood. Should be enough for me to get a campfire going. Did the zombie bugger off? Looks like he got stuck on something, but he's gotten past it now and he's coming after me again. So that's yeah, that's a javelin skeleton. We're not going to go that way. I think for the evening I'm going to try and swim across to the other side here. In case you haven't noticed, I have smart moving on. And there's another mod that I have installed that I would like to show you, but I have to get a fire going first. This seems like as good a place as any to try. It's somewhat defensible. Wish I was near some fresh water. There we go. Let's go ahead and toss a torch in there. So, as before, burning sticks gives you torches. You can't craft torches out of charcoal anymore. You have to do it this way. Charcoal is still very necessary, though. However, it's also a gigantic pain in the ass to get. I'm going to burn off the last of my sticks to get some torches. And we're going to save the wood. And there's a zombie. So. Axes do work as makeshift weapons. They're not great, but they work. Oh, I'm being beset by the hordes of the undead. Yeah, you can see this is not the best weapon in the world. I'm going to burn through my axe real fast. This is the other mod I was wanting to show you. Let's go ahead and break this fire pit. I'm not going to use it anymore. This is dynamic lighting. If you're walking around with a torch in your hand, you actually light up the surrounding area. Really handy for moving around at night. Unfortunately, it does not shed light far enough away to keep mobs from spawning. And there's a spider. And there's a zombie. And an enderman, and a skeleton, and a frickin' bear, and creepers, and oh shit. Somebody just tried to shoot me. That was a javelin. That was a javelin. Let's go over here. This looks like a good enough spot. Okay, well, it's better than nothing. I'm safe from the monsters outside until morning. Now I can see. I'm starting to get very hungry though. So I'm thinking I should probably stop and eat. Let's go ahead and have ourselves some strawberries. Now, the green bar that shows up over my health bar, that's how much health I can potentially restore if I were to eat the entire thing. Not necessarily how much each bite is going to restore. So, that's one change. Now, notice the gooseberries have a decay of 0.0%. Yeah, that means that my gooseberries have actually started to rot. Not much yet, but let it go and you can actually lose all of your food due to decay. What time is it? It's 2 in the morning. You also have skill levels now. Now, what these do, I actually don't know yet. I haven't figured it out, and I don't think anyone really has. I think the only skill that really has any effect right now is agriculture. And possibly cooking. Agriculture, the higher your agriculture skill, the more chance you will get bonus seeds upon breaking plants. So if you break a plant normally, you'll usually get 1 seed, but I think you can eventually get 2 or possibly even 3 seeds. Cooking improves the palatability of your meals. Now, one thing to show you is that you will only eat enough to actually satiate your hunger when you're eating. You actually cannot get any saturation. You can't, quote-unquote, overfill your hunger bar using just regular foods. In order to actually get saturation so that your hunger bar will stay full for a while, you have to cook meals. The better the meal, the more filling it is. Okay, we're getting towards daylight. There's a zombert. Before I do any more of that, I probably should make myself another axe. trying to bring as much of my thatch along with me as I can. Hello there. Oh, he's not going to catch my house on fire, is he? So that's another change that was added recently. Things that are flammable actually burn. This spider is going to beat my ass if I come out of here. Ow! Yeah, I have about 1,000 hit points. See how much damage that spider did? That spider took a quarter of my hit, or took 1/6 of my hit points, just hitting me once. And that javelin skeleton over there has a bronze javelin. I almost want to kill him and see if I can get it. But that would require me to take unnecessary damage. Okay, one thing I did notice in this area is that there is some bismuthinite on the ground. So we're going to add a map marker for it. Bismuth. And let's go ahead and continue our trek. I've already explored all the way down there. So I can either go over there and start exploring, which I think is... Well, if I head out there and start exploring, if that turns out just to be an island, that's going to suck. What do we got here? Hot springs. I don't know that the hot springs actually really do anything, except for give you different rock formations to play around with that you can get different types of metals in. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do, instead of derping around going over there, is I'm actually going to explore southeast. I'm going to kind of come over here to the shore, keep to the shores, and just head to the southeast for a little while. Let's see what I can find. Looks like that was more oats. The goal here is that I want to find enough copper to make myself a couple of tools. Obviously, I'm going to need a pickaxe. I'm going to need a prospector's pick. And I would really like to have a saw. So that requires me to pick up 30 of these small pieces. You see, each one of these is 10 units, and it takes 100 units to make one tool. Or one bar. Looks like we got a fruit tree over here. Oh, these are cherries. They're actually in season. Cherries for days. Carrying 10 pounds of cherries. I don't even like cherries in real life. Like, I like cherry flavor, but... Oh, is that hematite? Yeah, it's hematite. I didn't want to add that to all, but whatever. I can go back and replace it later. There's a lot of hematite here. Wow. Oh, love the music. This song always freaks me out a little bit, though. Because once you get to a certain point in the song, right now, yeah, it starts to get really weird sounding, like something in a horror movie just before the big bad jumps out to get you. Which I guess in certain situations in Terrafirmacraft could be pretty accurate. Getting a lag spike every once in a while. I think that is map generation. So I'm definitely exploring new territory now. Okay, here we go. Here's some metals. That is galena, which is totally useless. Lead has absolutely no purpose. So we're not even going to bother to mark it. Willow trees, though, can be pretty handy. Here we go. That's a cassiterite. If I can get enough cassiterite, I might actually be able to make just some bronze. Because it's a 10-to-1 ratio, and that's scalar, right? Which I may as well collect a little bit of, because I might be able to make some black bronze. I know where there's some bismuth. Well, actually I have some bismuth in my inventory. So that might help me save some copper. This looks like more tetrahedrite. Yep. So this looks like it could be a very promising place to set up my first mining operation. Now, the question is there a source of fresh water nearby? There is a river and a lake nearby. Let's go to the lake to the northeast. Ow. Let's go to the lake to the northeast and see if that is fresh water. Because if that's fresh water, I know I saw some clay around here too. Yes, this is fresh water. So this area here actually would give me everything I need to survive. It has a source of iron relatively close. There's a rich source of minerals right over there. There's some clay here, fresh water. I got plenty of food on me for the moment. So I think I may have found a place to call home. I can just set up right here. And what are you? You are gabbro. So this is a gabbro surface layer? Huh. Means there's potential for nickel too. Yeah, I think I found home. So, unfortunately, I don't really have an easy way to store all of the shit that I'm carrying. Let's go ahead and make a gabbro shovel. There we go, and I'm going to need to convert a few pieces of my thatch back into straw, which is something else, something new that you can do now too. What time is it? It's getting pretty late, so I'm going to dig some clay out of the riverbank here. or river bed, actually. I guess it's not a bank. Okay, and using the clay, I'm going to... I totally did that wrong and wasted the clay. That's going to give me a clay vessel. Let's go ahead and pop the cherries up into there. That'll give me a little more room. And I'm going to need a bit more clay, because early in the game, the only source of storage you have is, unfortunately, clay vessels. So I need to dig out a decent amount of clay here. That'll work for now. I want to make at least 4 clay vessels. Or 3 clay vessels and a clay jug. As the clay jug I can fill with water. Now, see if I can remember how to do a jug. Yeah, there we go. And now it's time for yet another new thing. If we take the clay vessel, and let's go ahead and throw some of this crap down. And we shift click these onto the ground. That's going to let me put down the unfired pottery. Now that my unfired pottery is down, I need to cover it with some straw. 8 pieces to be exact, and then I need some wood. Which means I need to chop down a tree. Let's get a hickory tree. And of course I don't have the room to carry any of the hickory. Let's go ahead and pick this up. And then I need to put 8 hickory logs, or 8 logs of some sort, on top of this. And they stack real nice. Doesn't matter what type. Then I need my fire starter. And we have a fire. That is how you make a pit kiln now. It only has to be 1 deep, and it doesn't... All you have to do is put some straw, and then put some wood, and now I have a pit kiln. Let's go ahead and build myself just a little ramshack hut. I'm going to do a minimalist build. Which is to say, just like 1 by 2. Cat apparently attacked Becca. The attack is ongoing. This is where I really wish... Yeah, somebody is getting feet, I think. This is where I really wish I had a way to store all of this stuff. Well, if I know I'm going to stay around here, I may as well plant some of my bushes. So let's go over here and plant my raspberry bushes. And we'll plant my wintergreens over here. I got some gooseberry bushes. And I got some strawberry bushes. There we go. And then there's a few more bushes over here. Looks like more wintergreens. Alright, while that burns, I'm going to go gather a little more wood. We're going to get some white cedar. And then I think come daybreak, I'm going to look around and see if I can find enough metal to make at least 1 or 2 tools. I'm very close to being able to make a single tool. I don't know what to make first though. I kind of want to make a saw first, because with a saw I will be able to cut planks down into, or cut logs down into planks, and with that I can make chests. And with chests, I have better storage options, as opposed to just putting everything in clay vials. Because while clay vials do work, they only have 4 slots. Clay vials are a great way to store food, but not necessarily a great way to store anything else. So I think I am going to make a saw first. Oh, broke my axe. I don't even know that this is going to work. Yeah, see, that didn't even work. Okay, let's go ahead and stack our white cedar logs. Shift right click to place them. There we go. And I saw a zombie over there. I don't like zombies. There's a creeper over there. I really don't like creepers. Although in Terrafirmacraft, creepers aren't nearly as scary. They don't do as much damage and their explosions are pitiful. So creepers actually aren't that bad. I do want to place some torches around, because if I go out, I don't want to come back to find a whole bunch of monsters all over my property. And I think once I actually establish a property line, I'm probably going to put fences or a wall around it in order to keep myself safe. That should be good, although I do want to put at least 1 torch on top of my thatch roof. Over here, and we'll put a couple of torches down over here. Hello, zombie. Leave me alone, please. Oh, not good. I have to lock myself in my house. Alright, well, that, I think, is about going to do it for this episode. So, I am going to call it here, with the zombies knocking at the thatch of my door. Nice pit kiln going out there. We'll harvest that in the morning, and we'll start doing some other stuff. Maybe go collect some metal off camera here, so I'm not doing it all on camera. Get a better view of my surroundings. And when I'm actually ready to start doing some stuff, I will start recording again. So, hope you guys are as thrilled to do this new series as I am. This has been Night Dagger with Terrafirmacraft. Do I want to call this Season 2 or do I want to call this Season 4? I don't know. Terrafirmacraft. Because the first Terrafirmacraft I did would be Season 1, and then I did Terrafirmacraft with friends. I did 2 or 3 seasons of that. You know what? We're just going to call this New Terrafirmacraft. No, that sounds stupid. We're just going to call it Terrafirmacraft, hell with it. This has been Night Dagger with Terrafirmacraft, Episode 1. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I know the zombies are. I'll catch you later, peeps.